I don't know what it is about watching football with our producer, who is an Everton fan, and when Everton are playing, I don't know what it is about rooting against his team. I don't know whether it's because I'm sat with him or whatever, but Luton have kind of casually become, one of the
favourite second team.
Yeah, I think everybody that is watching the way that the Premier League is playing out right now, I think they're kind of rooting for Luton.
Yeah, because you see them trying, man. They're like trying so hard. When you see players like Chong, like taking everybody on, trying to get yards up the pitch, then just at the death, a little bit of quality's lacking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're huffing and they're puffing. They're trying to make something happen rather than just sitting back and soaking up pressure and then not doing anything with the ball and then like losing miserably. They always go out with a fight. So it's just looking at that alone. And there's sometimes they're unlucky. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes they're unlucky, balls getting cleared off the line, and you just want a little bit of luck to go their way sometimes.
Do you think they'll do it?
It's
tight, isn't it?
Squeaky bum.
I'll tell you what.
It's proper squeaky bum time now, isn't it?
Let's ask Pete, because he was at the game and he's a Luton fan. Pete, how are you, mate? You good?
Yeah, good, yes. Just coming away from it now. I mean, I thought we were absolutely magnificent tonight. Reece Burke, I mean, what a game he had. He was absolutely superb. And I think if you had to choose between Carlton Morris and Calvert-Lewin as your centre forward, you'll pick Carlton Morris all day long. He was brilliant tonight.
Ooh, that's a decent little...
It's a debate, that.
That's a big debate.
Pete, you are now producing the programme. Thank you very much for that. We'll nick that for later on. That's good.
That's decent, that.
Where's your head at regarding staying up, Pete?
It feels like being on death row. You know, at some point, it's all going to finish, but you just don't know when. That's kind of how it feels.
What? So you don't think you've got a bit of hope after today's game?
Yeah, well, it depends on tomorrow, doesn't it? I mean, you've got to hope Sheffield United can pull out a performance and beat Forest. I think Burnley will probably beat Newcastle at home because Newcastle don't travel very well. So, yeah, it's still all up for grabs, isn't it? I mean, I never thought we'd be 2 games from the end of the season and still in the mix, if I'm honest with you. So, yeah, I mean, got everything to play for, but if they play like that at West Ham, they might get something.
Are you listening? He's put it back on you. Pete subliminally just put that on you then, Carlton. If they play like that at West Ham, we're going to put it on you.
Mate, I'll be there and I'm not saying nothing. West Ham need the points too, mate.
Yeah, but you'd like to see Luton stay up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd like to see Luton stay up. I'd like to see him. Because I just like the way you've been performing.
It's the underdog story, man.
It's the underdog story.
You're not supposed to stay up. So
No.
in order to do it, to achieve it, it would be a fantastic effort.
Like, you got to understand, they weren't expecting this. Their stand weren't even ready for the start of the season. Like, they're just here on pure adrenaline.
They overachieved last year as well.
So they're doing well from what they've got. And Ross Barkley's been brilliant for them. Ross Barkley has been top notch. Chong, top notch. Carlton Morris.
Yeah.
They've all been good. Is it the other lad up front, Adi Baye?
Yeah.
He's been brilliant. He's been brilliant too. So look, there's loads of players I can congratulate on their season, but it's just not been enough.
We've been unlucky as well. We've not managed games properly in the last 10 minutes, and the amount of points we've thrown away. But, we're getting players back now. Adebayo's massive because we're now playing with 2 strikers again. So we're in with a shout. We're definitely in with a shout.
Pete, safe travels back, my man, and thank you very much for sticking it on Carlton for next week's game. All right, mate, top man.
Cheers, mate, Pete.
Listen, like you just said there's so much endeavour, there's so much to get excited about with Luton. It's just what you were analysing it actually as we were watching the game.
Yeah.
It's those final details in the last third. Just take a little bit more care with that final pass to set up that cross or to create the chance.
Because they get in the good positions.
Well, they've got endeavour.
Yeah, and you see how much strain they put into it to get to that position to score.
They are running, man. They are putting in the shift.
And then they get back as well to try and defend.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't hate that, man. You just got to commend it.
No, absolutely. And all eyes for Luton fans, no doubt, will be on the Sheffield United Nottingham Forest game tomorrow. Make sure you are tuned in from 3 o'clock. It's not on UK TV, but we'll give it to you on talkSPORT 2 as an exclusive. Sheffield United versus Nottingham Forest. Make sure you tune in. Forest, obviously, in that battle with Luton Town. they're level on points at the moment, so if Sheffield United can turn them over, then it just gets crazy the last couple of games, doesn't it? It does get a little bit crazy. Just on tonight, obviously we're talking Luton and we're getting excited at the possibility of them maybe staying up.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about Everton for a split second here. If you're an Everton fan pouring out the ground, you've been to watch the team this evening, I just want to get your overall thoughts on Everton's season and Sean Dyche in particular. When we talk about managers of the season, I'm sure everybody's going to be looking to the top of the table. So, for example, if Mikel Arteta manages to topple the Pep Guardiola machine, right? If he manages to get his team over the line, then I'm sure he's going to be an absolute shoo-in for manager of the season, because it's a fantastic achievement to get Arsenal a Premier League title, all right? So I know that that'll be the thing. You've got a couple of other people that would always enter this conversation. Jurgen Klopp will probably enter this because of where Liverpool were last year to where they're at this season. I know that people they always like to jib and jibe with Liverpool and Liverpool fans, but actually, as a season, they've picked up a trophy, they've qualified in the Champions League, and they've massively improved on what they did 12 months ago. Unai Emery would be in that conversation as well for manager of the season. How far down the pecking order is Sean Dyche for that part of that conversation, given what Everton have actually had to deal with this season with points deductions and what have you? We're going to throw this stat up a couple of times throughout the course of the show, right?
Yeah.
If you take away the first 10 games of the season, Everton are outperforming Tottenham points-wise. If you take away the first 10, get rid of the first 10 games.
I know, it's crazy that.
Everton have outperformed Spurs when it comes to points for points.
Yeah.
So where's Sean Dyche in this mix, man?
Mate, he's up there. Listen, they'd be on about 47 points if those 10 points didn't get deducted. So I'd look at it now, they'd be probably around 11th place right now. And coming off the back of last season as well, when they was fighting for their lives, that would have been a good consolidation season to say, okay, we're steady now in the Premier League, but obviously they've had to deal with the minus 10 points. So he's got to be up there with the rest of them on what he's achieved with that squad, and not being able to have the budget, like bringing in players that they wanted to. He's had to work with what he's got and try and galvanise the players and let them believe in we can do this, we can stay up. Forget the minus 10 points. We just got to concentrate on ourselves. And that's what he's done with that team. Now, I'm looking forward to the Everton of next season now, because now he's steadied the ship.
Well, they're a season away from a new I think it's one season away from your new stadium, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. One more season.
And I want to hear what the Everton fans think about this as well, because there was a point last season when everyone was doubting him. Even the start of this season, everyone was doubting him, what he can bring. But now, when you look at it as a whole, at the back end of the season, you've got another Premier League season to look forward to, and you're actually going to be looking up. You can add next. I think, can they add or are they banned in the transfer market? I'm not sure, but they can buy. They can. Yeah, I've just been told they can buy next in the summer. So that's when you can start to judge Sean Dyche. He's done a brilliant. He's consolidated their season now. They're in the Premier League for next season. What can he do with money next season? And I'm really interested to see that. And it's just going to be very interesting for me to see what he does with that money. I think he might go and buy a striker, midfielder, or he might sell a few to get some money in. Like there's going to be some give and take there.
How is the job that he's doing at Everton compared to jobs that other managers doing at other clubs? For example, like you can bring in Pochettino at Chelsea. Has he had a good season this season? Has Ange Postecoglou had a good season at Spurs?
It's all relative, isn't it? It's all relative. Different problems. So in certain managers are good for certain achievements. Now we know Sean Dyche is an expert in staying in the league with Burnley. We knew that from before. And he's proven it again now with Everton. Even with all the everything thrown at him, he still managed to stay in the league. He's got to be up there with one of the best type of managers, this type of manager in the world. He has to be, because there's not a lot of managers that can galvanise a team like that. That's getting hit by every angle with points, with fines, whatever, and still get that team to play well. And not let that team feel sorry for themselves, because that's the main thing. The boys might feel sorry for them. Oh, we're not getting the rub of the green. We're not getting this, not getting that. but they still have to go out every week and fight, and he's got them fighting. So well done to Sean Dyche.
It is going to be interesting next season because there's going to be an expectancy, isn't there?
Yeah.
When you do, maybe... I won't say overachieve because I think everybody at the start of the season would have expected Everton to still be a Premier League side by the end of the season. But given, like you just said, point deductions that did come in and a few little things and that didn't go their way, you can feel sorry for yourself. Heads can go down.
Yeah.
You do need a leader in order to galvanise the team.
And he's that leader.
But then with that, next season, there's going to be an expectancy of, right, can we get into the top half of the league?
Can we kick on? Yeah, can we kick on?
Can we go on a cup run? Can we do it? Can we do a little bit of something?
We can't be flirting. They can't be flirting with relegation again. Because there'll be there's no progression. Actually, it will be... Because the points that they would have accumulated if they didn't get their 10 points deduction...
Yeah, I understand.
They would have been further up the table. So you got to kick on from, say, 11th. Say, let's move up now.
The Sports Bar Weekender, decisive football radio. Friday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.